Yeah, more say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Barashim Yahushai, Barashim Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Graham and Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there pushes truth in our sincerity and in our honesty. You know, and this is a brother from Jamaica camp. I'm Yashamai.
Ashar.
Iwar.
Shapal.
I know all of our listening, and this whole thing will take place, you know, between America and China and Jamaica. You know, because you have America in one in Jamaica, you know, about China and certain things that China basically are going without in Jamaica. Like the whole 5G thing, you know, I'm speaking about it today. It's about them going to cut off, so I'm going to sanction Jamaica and cut off you know, certain things that basically Jamaica benefit from America, like for example the whole remittance thing. So now we see it keep on building and building. As I mentioned in the last video, you know, on this thing, which reached the point now when Andrew Wallace have to pick a side. Is either him pick America side or him pick China side. You see, either way, we have to pick a side. And either way, we have basically a problem out in Jamaica. Because them owe China money and them owe IMF money. Right? Go on, brother.
This is an article from Loot News, basically the 11th of January 2021. It says only says more US investment would eliminate China concern.
None.
So basically, as they must say, more US make investment in Jamaica, then it will eliminate China concern. Which we know is not going to work because these countries, they are at a big rift right now. These two countries are enemies. So you can't have two enemies in the same platform. I try for the development because guess what? It will cause a big rift, man. Because the same thing with America said China spy on them, it will continue to happen, man. See? So that feud between these two countries are going to continue to happen. Even if the two of them are making investment in the same country. Yeah. That's the way it go, man.
Remember the last time
So, what the leader talk about, it's like, I was just saying, get caught between a rock and a hard place, man. Yes?
America now, no, it's China. China the one who has show about the
Yeah,
money,
sure,
so
yeah, can.
America will show more interest.
Yeah. Then, says Prime Minister Andrew Wallace says concerns from the United States about Chinese investment in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean could be eliminated by more investments in the region from the North American country. See?
North America.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, America want everything because America is all about greed, themselves. See? Full in them belly, man. As the scripture says, it is like death and it's as hell. See?
If they want to help peace for them own benefit.
Yeah, God. It says,
Alright, this is Matthew 6 verse 24.
One.
It said no man can serve two masters.
So it's how Yahushua said going back 2000 years ago. No man can serve two masters. One brother?
For either he will hate the one
But
and
either
love the
he will
other.
hate the one. In this case now we're using America, you know, and China. Last year, you know, America that won Jamaica about the 2H jug and China. You know, little after what we say, little after. The article news come out with Andrew Wallace and said, forward to China. I believe we're going to spend 7 days at China. I know this is way man do. Right? This is what I said. No man can serve two masters. He cannot serve America and serve China at the same time. Go on, brother.
Right, so or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
I hold to the one and despise the other. We're going to lead to something bigger out in Jamaica. Either way. Go on.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Can.
Said, can.
Exactly.
Alright, and the same thing here, you can't serve these Esau, China, and then try serve Yahweh, which go for the Christians. Yeah?
And because even there's how people too, because right now the scripture says, we have you can bring it up, brother. Bring up lamentation. We look for a nation that could not save us. Because none of these nations cannot save us. So-called Chinese, they don't care about us. So-called white man, they care about us here.
Lamentation
4 and verse.
Lamentations 4 and verse 17 says,
What?
as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
As for us, our eyes have failed for our vain help you. What?
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Kind of people looking for this nation, looking to the so-called white man to basically deliver them from out of the lifestyle, or the situation we're in right now. Another thing can't take us out. Only Yahweh Shemi and Shai alone can take us out of this situation we're in right now. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemi and Shai, they want to put us in this situation. The only one can take us out. The so-called Chinese can't take us out. The so-called white man cannot take us out of this lifestyle or situation we're in right now. The Heavenly Father, the one, through his son, Yahweh Shai, the man who people ignorant because Jesus, are going to deliver us, from out of this, from out of this system or pit.
It's hell, man.
This hell we're in right now. We're facing right now in this wicked society. What?
Yes. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Son,
Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
God, the end of this society, you can clear that right now, so we reach the end of this wicked society. Right? What?
It says, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven.
God.
They pursue us up on the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
God. Exactly.
Let's get back to the article. It says at the same time, wholeness is of the view that there is a space for investment from China and other countries in small countries like Jamaica.
God.
See? Everybody want to come lick the sore. And enough of them they are invest and make investment already. Are you still calling more? See?
And all them want to be a scholar, it's not for the benefit of our people.
They might dig and go.
God. It's all about this put us in a more problem.
Nation haven't got now.
What's the
Well,
while,
man.
I'm getting of our kingdom. As the brother mentioned the script, a parable, you can bring it up, brother. Luke 16 and verse 19. That way the dogs come lick with sword.
This is Luke 16 verse 19.
What?
Said there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen
God.
and fares
Sumptuously.
every day.
God, I tell you, who a rich man? Who a rich
Oh,
man?
far
So-called white man,
sumptuous.
starting from the banking elite. I feed them kingdom this year. This kingdom is for them. They might want to live a top life in this society. In Psalm, they said, they have more than their heart could wish. Psalm 73.
Gone.
Right? So I feed them kingdom this year. They might want to live the top life in this society.
Okay.
Go on.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
And we represent Lazarus right now. We the Israelites, the poor of the earth. We're the one that go through all the curses. I do tell me 28, for the 15th verse right down to the 16th verse. We're the one that basically represent Lazarus. The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. One,
which was laid at his gate full of swords,
done.
and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Exactly. One.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his swords.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked with swords. So these Eden nation them come, and them lick with sword. The benefit of us. Them see the so-called white man use our foreparents, and build this kingdom.
Right.
Then they come through the same thing.
That's right, man.
They come in and they set up shops and they make their money and they ship it back home.
You even go back to the curse in Deuteronomy.
Go on.
Say the nations that is within thee shall get up above thee.
I don't come very low. God, the strangers. God, exactly.
I'm sure that we are the lowest, man.
Verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, and the rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torment, seeing Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger into water and cool my tongue.
Because what will happen now, after this coming destruction, according to the scripture, so-called white men are going to slavery.
Right.
And the scripture says, double unto them double. They never show us no mercy. But you know the problem, they want mercy. They don't show us a mercy, but they want mercy.
Hey, that gonna happen because guess what? The scripture Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Say
So
all
the
the
Lord
curses.
will take those curses off our house and put it on them, man.
Right.
So that's when the curse is upon him and him there in the pit. Then,
I go to torment you.
when the karma takes him, because the karma, you know.
I feel the afflictions, you. When
What
you
goes
start to
around
feel,
comes around, man.
oh, I feel double times.
Right.
And if you can't take it, you know, even this documentary, slavery in Jamaica, you know, I mentioned about this, have a Negroes in the feet, in the sun, you know, I cut the cane and them start to sweat. And when the slave master said, I like to see the back of a nigger shining because, you know, it's sweat and light, you know. Like in the kingdom to come, what going to happen to these so-called white people?
True colors are going to come out.
Yeah.
It says in a video, in a video of an interview with Bloomberg Television entitled Challenges for Jamaica's Economy, posted by Yahoo Finance and Friday, Holness was asked by journalists how he was prepared to navigate a world in which Jamaica may not maintain a relationship with both China and the United States.
And this is how I'm asking Andrew Wallace. How we are going to basically get out of this whole situation we're in right now. With China, you know, and the money, I suppose it seems to me that they go borrow the money from China. You know, I have Michael Manley, you know, go borrow money from IMF. So it's a long way before him. So how we are going to basically come out of this debt we're in right now, you know, with China and with basically America. Because the banking elite, you know, we're in control of this whole thing. They have an agenda, right? And these leaders right across the world, puppet, you know, for the banking elite. Right, they can bring out a brother.
Okay, right in the hand, man.
Go on. Yeah, man.
So however, the basic income it's article. It entitled the final step to New World Order.
The final step to what? The New World Order. The banking elite, New World Order. Go on, brother.
And the Great Reset.
The Great Reset, yeah, that's right.
Cool. So it's however, the basic income will not be given to anyone. Right. So the plan wants the different countries in the world to accept a loan plan issued by the IMF.
Go on.
Right. So the presidents of Belarus exposed the economic corruptions attempts made by the same IMF towards its government, right, in order to convince the latter to receive almost $1 billion in exchange for the enforcement of
So
the
this is the trap where IMF said from a long time. Because as I mentioned, the banking elite, they want to basically own IMF. This is the trap them said, even for Jamaica. Because them come with them
Loan shark.
loan. And I called to Michael man, he said, you know, he said if you do that to your way, they're going to be borrowing all over again. Because they must set a trap. What you say? That's your business, not my business, because that's the plan, the end goal. Because they want to get all these nations, you know, indebted to them. They want to own every single thing. When them done, you're not going to own nothing at all. If your bed you sleep on. That's what they basically want to accomplish. And years, part of years, these men been planning, you know, these things, yo. Go on, brother.
That's why I come out in that's why I come out on the mainstream media the other day, man. Even for RT to come out on mainstream media, this man are telling them goal, plain and straight out there, man. They're not going, you're not going to alternative media. You're not going to not know what them call conspiracy theorists no more, man. They might make it be known that in the article them say welcome to 2030, where you will own nothing and live happy, man. See?
You own nothing and live happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Two people who don't read and want to know these things. They'll catch them on the way.
What? Me get car?
Yeah.
Nah, to buy.
So this time the IMF would issue a plan of loans to different countries, right, of the world, which most likely would deprive the government of the control of the key nation resources. Right? John Perkins, a former financial spectator, right, who worked for several big corporations, explained how the global IMF, or the goals of the IMF is indeed this one. He said the IMF would flood the nations with debt, which cannot be possibly repaid.
It cannot be possibly repaid. So Andrew, as I said, don't make no sense.
Okay.
We owe trillions of that dollar to IMF right now.
Right.
And this is what I say. The debt we owe IMF can never possibly pay back.
Right.
Because they have an agenda. As I tell you, the bank lead them have an agenda, right? Go on. Bring it up.
High interest
Can.
rate.
High interest rate. They say, so if you pay back the money we owe, you have to pay back interest on top of it.
Right?
And then
Right.
China to one countries, man.
This is Proverbs 22 verse 7. The rich rule over the poor.
Because some of the scripture said the rich rule it over the poor. Who is the rich now? So-called white man. Them are the one in poor right now. The banking elites are known. Them are the rich. You know, the so-called Chinese also. So you say the rich rule it over the poor. One.
And the borrower is a servant to the lender.
And the borrower is a servant unto the lender. So we are servant to who borrow the money from.
Yeah. And that was
to the
IMF
so-called
goal, yeah.
Chinese and to IMF, which is so-called white man. So we are servant to them. And the money when they lend us come with terms and conditions.
And
Right?
This is Ecclesiasticus 21 and verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other men's money.
Like what Andrew Wallace do right now. You know, and the leaders in before him. They use IMF money to build Jamaica. Now China come, you know, set up certain infrastructure out here in Jamaica. So that's how the scripture said. He that buildeth his house with another man's money, go on.
Is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Can't say I will your own. I will your own grave.
With the one grave,
You have
man.
your own grave, man. You're putting your people back to the sword, man. You're leading your people to slaughter. See? Because what China is doing, basically, one of the things what China mean, they do, they get rid of US bonds, man.
Right.
So what they do? They must spend all of that money, make investments in our countries, see? Claim to say they must build infrastructure through them subtlety, alright? And when they build all of these infrastructures now, if you can't repair them, hey, them come in and claim it. And say, we want it, man. We want all these resources because they owe money. See? And they must make sure they must spend the money where you can't pay back, man. See?
And the big problem here is that two nations, yeah? Jamaica was two nations, so which one are going to come in to claim what?
Because you go back to the same IMF because as we had discussed before, both of them still go back to the IMF.
IMF, man.
Yeah.
Both of them, because if you want to check it, the Chinese, which then with them, the one that the Inter-American Development Bank, see, which actually the IMF, Inter-American Development, all of them in under one corporation, man. It's just one umbrella controlled by the top elites up there, man. So the idea, if you hold China, you hold America, you hold the elites. So there's no way out, man.
But yeah, one way out. And through the Heavenly Father. There's no other way. But through the Heavenly Father, how about
yes,
what?
Right. So the
correct,
IMF would flood the nations with debt which cannot be possibly repaid in order to allow the major international firms to buy strategic national assets at cheap price. Therefore, the virus operation would literally lead to several major privatization in many countries around the world. As the article that point was like brother. Angelo Wall and the Marks and Jonas, how am I going
pay back, man.
I'm going to deal with the economy this time through the virus, you know what I mean, have an impact on the economy. And he must say divest would be the best thing. Privatize.
Because the privatization government is, yes. Like a film thing, man. Privatization or divest. Divest would mean that you have to sell out. Sell out the resources, man. Fill the gap.
It said the big multilaterals would have complete control once the nations will accept the news of the IMF and the IMF loan, right? And most likely of the EMs and the EU system, right? That will offer the great reset of private debt.
Says,
so the government will say to the people, in order to receive the basic income and the forgiveness, that are the debt forgiveness, right, of their debts, right, i.e. loans or mortgage, they will have to renounce their own personal goods.
Gone.
No understand, man.
You're gonna give up everything we want.
Welcome to
Bring
2030.
out Nehemiah now.
Welcome
Right
to
into
20.
Nehemiah.
Alright, so this is Nehemiah 5. It says Nehemiah 5 and verse 1. And it reads, it said, there was a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brethren the Jews.
Gone.
And there were that said, we our sons and our daughters are many, and we take up corn for them that we may eat and live.
Right.
Also there were that said, we have mortgaged our land and vineyards and houses that we may buy corn because of the dirt.
Yeah.
Gone.
There were also that said, we have borrowed money of the king's tribute.
Like what Andrew let's do right now. You know? And leaders said before. And borrow money from IMF, you know, push us into Milan, go to China, go get money.
Gone. And it's not just, and we just a talk about Andrews because, you know, so we live out here in Jamaica and we have face it out here something. But guess what? For the rest of the Caribbean also, we consist of our people, Central America, South America, man. And that's the whole thing across the whole region, man, where people them dwell. Yeah, where the Israelites dwell, man. So basically, that's what this man do, man. Because the scripture tells us this man is our enemy, man. And he hear me to get through and destroy women. See? To keep us down in the pit.
Right.
See?
So there were that said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute and that upon our lands and vineyard. Yet our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, and our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and daughters to be servants.
But that's how right now. Become servants to these so-called Chinese because you know, I come say, here we go now. Well, now no more asset to basically divest. So we have to stand,
yes,
you know, for that.
The people them are going to slavery, man.
Because I've been divesting a lot of things, you know. To sustain the death. So you all left. Citizens, you know, and people, the Israelites. Right?
And that's where you're going to get a chip in there.
Yeah, right.
So the RFID microchip is going to come in, man. Right? Which is the mark of the beast, as scripture said.
God, the ultimate brand.
Alright, so it says, and our daughters are bought into bondage already.
God.
Neither is it in our power to redeem them,
God.
for other men of our land and vineyard.
Exactly.
Right.
So you don't want nothing, man. You have no power.
The only way we can get redeemed, man,
It's true, you have.
how about your shine.
God, that's that.
Lads, they make that sure foundation, that sure a cornerstone, a tried stone, man. A sure foundation is your house shine. That's our only help out of this situation, man. See? Says, let's get a little last piece of that. And Joel says, in seeking to strengthen his position and the matter, Holness argued that foreign investment is key for Jamaica, as returning to deficit financing and borrowing is not an option. Because you borrow too much, you borrow too much, there's so much debt, man, them assuming that debt, all the way cover them head.
Can you all sell out all the land and things there?
See? So,
no, this is the last line of the article. It says, globalism, in other words, wants to end private properties.
Yeah.
At last, yeah. So as I say, by 2030,
you own nothing, man.
You own nothing. And that's the end goal, right? Well, you don't get to RFID microchip, man.
That's the end goal.
That's the end goal.
RFID microchip.
Right. That's total control.
You're gonna be missile food, man. Missile food.
And I can't do Nick Rockefeller tell Aaron Russo they want everybody chip. You know, chip and the modern day brand. Now going back during the time of slavery, slave at the plantation, slave master usually brand slave them.
Yeah.
So the modern day brand is a chip, a RFID microchip in your hand, which is the mark of the beast. That's what the bank elite want for the right now. Get everybody chip. Want chip and slave them. Or tag and slave them. Revelation. Yeah.
This is
Revelation 13 and 16.
Revelation 13 verse 60.
Go on.
Reads, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor.
And he calls it all. Who calls it all? The banking elites.
Yeah.
You know, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers on down. So what the scripture says, he calls it all. So they want every single body on board of this thing. You know.
And you can see through the articles they want to bring up, you can see everything just coming together, man. One harder, I will rule this, I will govern this whole thing.
Which is right,
You know
man.
what I mean? And the elites are going to sit at the top. You know what I mean? And because that's what it's all about, you know, total control.
Yeah.
You know? So it's, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So in order for you to survive in this new system where the banking elite they want a pushing off you accomplish, you have to take an RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast.
Right?
What?
And a lot of countries started.
Right.
You know, out here, you have the NIDS, which is a framework,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, set up for the RFID microchip.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they might get all of your information and consolidate it. You know what I mean? So, further in the future, Jamaica, you have to go get an NIDS card. Right? And then you gotta gradually move and move until you progress to the chip.
Done.
Alright, so it's and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark
Gone.
or the number of the beast or the name or the number or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Gone. Exactly. So you're not going to survive. You're going to take them chip.
Right.
Hear what the scripture tell you. Right? But my servant shall eat, but he shall be hungry. You have a scripture in the Psalms. I think 37 and 19 said, people say we're not going to be ashamed in the evil time. And in the days of famine, you're going to be satisfied. You know, we just have to have faith in your house, wash me and shine.
Right, man.
Because even the Father will basically be your guide. Because I'm saying the only way out of this is through the Heavenly Father, the Father, and the Holy Shine the Son. There's no other way.
So this is Revelation 14 verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand.
So if I receive this chip, which is the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, it's at the judgment written. Right?
The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
So you're going to get burned by fire. See, by ICBM missile fire.
Right.
You know, or the chariots them, because the Lord, the house shine, the man who be ignorant because Jesus, he might come back with thousands and thousands of chariots. The so-called white man refer to them as UFOs.
Right.
And people been seeing these so-called UFOs, right across the world. People been seeing these things because the house shine and get ready to come back here. And all these things are part of the sign of the second coming of the Lord, the house shine. So you're going to get burned up by ICBM missiles or laser beams with these chariots fire. If you take the so-called white man, RFID the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Right. Okay. So with that, I say I'll praise and honor to Yahweh, Hashem and Shai, Hashem Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and I'm out there pushing truth in our sincerity and in our honesty. Shalom.